What's up, folks? Welcome back. Today, I have an exciting video for you all called The Essentials of a Hoochie Daddy. So I'm gonna give you a breakdown of Hoochie Daddy 101. Now, of course, this is gonna be my opinion on how to Hoochie Daddy properly. If you have any suggestions or pieces that I left out, please leave them in the comments below. But with that being said, let's go ahead and break down how to Hoochie Daddy properly, according to me, Michael NightWing. Let's get started. Okay, so as you can see here, I have it broken down to 7 little parts. Now I have shorts, shirt, shoes, shiny legs and skin, beard and hair, scent, and accessories. So we're gonna break down each one of these piece by piece so you could understand exactly how we Hoochie Daddy. Now, again, this is my style of Hoochie Daddy. If yours is any different, let me know in the comments below. We're gonna go over this go around the semi-formal kind of attire, what I'm wearing now. But we can also break down the athletic Hoochie Daddy, the formal Hoochie Daddy, the relaxed kind of bummy Hoochie Daddy. There's a lot of layers of Hoochie Daddy we can break down, little subgenres, but this is gonna give you a nice understanding of the overarching Hoochie Daddy components. And you can customize and specialize as you see fit. Okay, so let's break it down right here. Let's start with number 1, the shorts. Now, for me personally, I like my Hoochie Daddy shorts between 5 and 7 inches, right? But it also depends on your height. Now, I am just 5 feet, 10 inches tall. So I'm 5'10". So for me, a nice 5-inch short is perfect. 7-inch also works as well. I do have some 7s and some 5s, and that works just fine. Because the biggest thing with Hoochie Daddying is you have to have the shorts. The shorts are meant to show off that thigh meat, and we'll get to that thigh meat later on, but it's important to have that on display. Now, if you're going for more athletic kind of Hoochie Daddy, I actually prefer to wear 4.5-inch rugby shorts. These are the shorts I used when I was in college and after college when I was playing rugby. Have some old shorts, throw them on, right amount of length for Hoochie Daddying in an athletic way. So we move over to number 2, that's gonna be your shirt. Now for me, again, with this style, you want something that's nice and form-fitting, but you don't want something that's too tight. See, as a Hoochie Daddy, and it's actually not on the list here, would be number 8, which would be athletics, you know, working out, exercising, because a Hoochie Daddy has to take care of himself. But that's a whole nother video within itself. But you should have a nice form-fitting shirt, something that shows off your nice Hoochie Daddy structure. It doesn't matter if you are thin, a little stronger, or a little bit bigger. The ladies are gonna love seeing that form of yours. So make sure you get a shirt that's nice form fitting. Now, if you're gonna go with something like a polo, right, like this one, or a button-up shirt, you know, short sleeve or long sleeve, or even a pullover shirt, it all depends on the style that you wear and how you wear it. Form fitted, but not too tight. Shouldn't be too baggy unless you're going for a more relaxed Hoochie Daddy. And you'll see me post some of those pictures online as well. And I'll actually include some here for you all. As you can see, I'll wear something like a kind of loose fitting, you know, button-up shirt with the sleeves rolled, kind of untucked. It's kind of just chilling on the side kind of Hoochie Daddy. That's also 100% acceptable. You just have to make sure that's the style you're going for. The entire thing about Hoochie Daddying is making sure everything you do is intentional. Every look, every piece of equipment is intentional to the overall style that you're going for. So we're gonna move down here to number 3, which is shoes. They need to be clean and stylish. So I like to wear loafers or dress shoes when I'm in my semi-formal Hoochie Daddy kind of attire. Now, no matter what your Hoochie Daddying style is, you need to make sure that your shoes accent that properly. Again, athletic style, you can go with some nice Nikes, some runners, whatever it may be for your style of shoe, you can rock it, but it needs to be clean and stylish for the look. You do not want your clothes clashing. So the way I'm dressed now, you would never, ever, ever see me in a pair of tennis shoes. You'll see me in loafers, but you also won't see me in my rugby shorts in loafers. You know, these things do not go together. You can cause an unintentional clash, which is going to confuse individuals. All right, now let's move on to number 4. Your legs and your skin must be well moisturized and shiny. Okay? About a Hoochie Daddy is your hygiene needs to be top tier because you're trying to get someone to fall in love with you, essentially, to lust over you, to smell your pheromones and say, wow, this guy right here is who I want in my life tonight and in the morning, okay? So with that, you need to make sure you're presenting outwardly that you take care of yourself. You can have clean clothes, but have dirty skin. And if people see that dirty skin, those clothes don't mean a thing, because you could just bought the clothes. You could have just purchased those from the store and put them on. So the clothes would be clean. But it means you didn't shower before you did that, and that is a problem, okay? So having well moisturized legs, well moisturized skin shows outwardly to the world that you take care of yourself beyond just the clothes. You know, you brush your teeth, you brush your hair, you brush your beard. We'll get to that as well. Number 5, that you take care of yourself beyond just the external. You're focusing on the internal as well. You eat well, you take care of yourself. That is the key point here. A hoochie daddy takes care of themselves, all right? Now, number 5, of course, is beard and hair. It needs to be clean, styled, and smells nice. Now, my hair and my beard are clean. My hair and my beard are styled. Okay, now to you, you may think my hair is unstyled, it's unkept, it's ungroomed, and that's okay. That is your opinion. But my style of hair is this, right? Everything's neat in a place where it's supposed to be. Curled and twisted, oiled and buttered, moisturized properly is my hair. Same thing with the beard. Everything is done intentionally to complete the look that I'm going for. All right, so you need to make sure it's clean because they can smell unclean things. It needs to be styled. It means you have to take care of it properly and put it in the style you want. Nothing unkept is what you want to present. So for me, unkept would be I was laying down on the couch and the back of my head is squished in. I just went outside, got dressed, and walked out like that. That looks unkept, unmaintained, looks terrible, and we don't do that. Do you understand? Also, smells nice. I apply oils and butters from Netter Gold, our company, to make sure my hair is moisturized and well buttered and well taken care of, but those all have essential oils inside of them in their own natural raw essence that mixes well with my hair and my skin and my natural smell to make a nice earthy tone smell that I would like to go for when I'm walking around and moving about the cabin. Make sense? Perfect. So just move right on over to number 6 is going to be your scent, okay? So you need to wear cologne or a shea/cocoa butter kind of mixture. So let's start with the cologne. I like using cologne all the time. It is one of my favorite things. My kids love it too. We like putting on a nice smell, so when we give people hugs, they say, ooh, you smell nice. You want to leave a lasting impression of greatness and happiness and joy. You want people to say, wow, this person smells amazing. Because remember, your smell triggers your memory way more than anything else. So you want to make sure you always smell nice. But if you do not like wearing cologne, you want to have a nice earthier smell, just make sure you have something that is using a nice fragrance to it, like shea butter. It's all natural, but it has a very nice fragrance that goes along with it. Same thing with cocoa butter. So you want to smell like chocolate? Cocoa butter. You want to smell like a well-moisturized machine? Shea butter. And you can find combinations as well. Our body butters at Netter Gold are shea butter, cocoa butter, kokum butter, aloe butter, a bunch of butters. We have different ones, and we also use essential oils in them. Those essential oils mix with that butter to make a nice smell. So when you apply it to your skin, it locks it in. So what I like to do is I like to apply my cologne to my skin where it needs to be. Then I butter up on top of that as well. That way the butter is locking in the cologne, but they mix together to make a nice, unforgettable smell for whoever I'm getting close to. And number 7 on the list is going to be very simple, but it's your accessories. Each accessory has to have a purpose with your outfit. So for me, I have on 2 rings. I'm married, wedding band, and this ring is my father's. I like to wear 2 necklaces. One, my father's ashes, the other, my dog's ashes. I like to keep them close to me at all times because they mean the world to me. A watch my aunt gave me because I have to tell time, and I have to make sure it works. So if you're going to wear a watch, make sure it has a battery in it so it's not just for show. No one wants to say, what time is it? And you go, oh, it doesn't work, and pull out your phone. It kind of kills the illusion, the fantasy of the hoochie daddy. Remember, your shoes have a color, your shirt has a color, there's a theme going along with it. So make sure everything flows within that theme, including your accessories, earrings, glasses, nose ring, tongue ring, whatever you may have. Make sure it all flows together properly. And we're going to touch back real quick on number 8, which I did not actually put on the sheet, which is just going to be fitness, okay? However you want to be fit is up to you, but make sure you're showing the world that you are taking care of yourself, okay? Taking care of yourself is extremely important, not just for the external world, but for the internal world of yourself. You need to care for yourself at all points in time. So make sure you eat properly when you're out and about. Make sure you show the world that you aren't just a gluttonous individual dogging down every bit of food that's put in front of you. Be mindful, thoughtful, purposeful of what you do, because a hoochie daddy is not just a good-looking guy. A hoochie daddy is a good-looking individual that also takes care of themselves and it sets an example for others. Does this make sense? I hope it does. So with that being said, that's going to conclude this video on Hoochie Daddy Essentials. If you have any questions, please, again, leave them in the comments below. I'd love to go over with you. Let's talk back and forth to what you believe is essential for a Hoochie Daddy. You know, if I missed anything, let me know. Again, athletic Hoochie Daddies, the same type of deal here, okay? Shoes. Let's say a pair of Nikes, nice and clean. A pair of Adidas, nice and clean, okay? Shorts, nice and clean, nice and short. Because if you're wearing shorts that are long, they might as well be called limbs, all right? Shirt, again, all comes down to your style. You can rock a tank top. You can rock a crop top. You can rock a t-shirt. Whatever it is for you and that style you're going for, make sure it is done on purpose, okay? Everything about a Hoochie Daddy revolves around, one, the length of the shorts, and the purpose of the rest of the outfit, all right? Shorts are number one, and the rest of everything else has to come together to go along with the shorts, all right? With that being said, do me a solid favor. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, and if you can, please go home and tell your dad you love him. Catch you on the next video. Be safe, be happy, be joyful, and be careful, because Hoochie Daddies are always being hunted. That was funny. That was a good one.